Here I am at the river again. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday Writing Prompt. One more week, and now we are closing on one of my favorite times of year. It is fall soon. It feels like fall today. It's sweater weather. Who loves sweater weather? It does make me happy. I know some people hate it and they really lament the passing of summer, but for me, fall is one of my favorites. The air is crisp, the nights are cool. I feel like I sleep better in the fall when it's cooler and I can have the window open and that fresh air comes in and it just feels wonderful. But I also really love it when the leaves change. It's one of my favorite things. I just love it. So I'm getting excited for that. It hasn't happened yet. There is a little fall color happening here, but not a lot yet. So anyhow, I hope that you've had a good week. I hope that, I know, it's hard to say that every single time. I feel like I almost feel badly saying, I hope you had a good week. Because I know how crazy some of your lives must be right now with the situations that are happening all over the world. I mean, the world is just, it feels topsy-turvy. It feels upside down. It feels inside out. It is changing. It is at times desperate. I know things are really hard for some of you. And I'm sorry for that. I know that this is an awful hard time for some of you and that you're struggling. And I hope that you are finding a way through the difficulties and finding some solace and some peacefulness and finding even moments to smile, because it's okay to do that even when things are awful. It really is okay. And if you're grieving, if you're sad, it's okay too. Just be whatever it is, be with it. Just be with yourself and try not to just be hard on yourself about it, because whatever you feel is fine. It's just how you feel. It's really okay, and you don't have to beat yourself up about it. So, with this last week of rising fully, I don't know how you felt about that, but I certainly had an interesting feel of this week. It did feel motivating. It did feel uplifting for me. And I hope that you had moments like that for yourself. And again, with these prompts, remember that you're starting your day with this intention that you're writing on your notebook as soon as you wake up, when you're still sleepy, still groggy, still out of it. I always put my notebook right next to my bed with everything prepped for me so that I know all I have to do is write those 2 words down as my intention for the day. So it plants that suggestion in my mind. And then the rest of the day I go throughout just with that in the back of my head. And then as the day goes on, I may not necessarily be focusing on that, but then at the end of the day, when I do a reflection, I will have a sense of having noticed those moments in my day where I did rise to an occasion, or I did come to some moment where things came to fruition and I noticed that, or, there was something maybe just small in my mind and I didn't even speak or tell anybody about it, but just inside of me I had a feeling about something, and I would have realized, oh, that was me rising to the occasion and it felt good. So whatever you notice is what goes into that reflection when you're writing around your intention for the day. And the more you practice this, the more you become practiced at noticing these positive motivations, these positive intentions, because the focus really is all about intending positive behaviors and thoughts and feelings. So the more you pay attention to those things, the more you will burn pathways in your mind to those actions, rather than burning pathways to traumatic events or things that upset you. And while those things may still be there, those traumatic events, over time, I'm finding as I practice this that those lessen in my daily experience. I pay less attention to the upsetting things. I pay less attention to the things that went wrong. I don't know that there really is any wrong or right anymore. I kind of just feel like it is what it's meant to be. And I will either accept it or I will not. But if I don't, it just makes it harder, because there really isn't an awful lot I can do about things that have happened. They're done, right? So it's that. It's just that. Paying attention is really what it's all about. Paying attention. And then when you draw attention to something, that's something that your mind, you're utilizing that reticular activating system to, it's like your brain's sonar throughout the day. You're just noticing stuff. So it's pretty cool when you kind of start intentionally programming that part of your brain. This is all very scientific. This is not me just making things up and saying, oh, this is a good time of day to do it. I actually researched this stuff. This is real. Time of day matters. And your reticular activating system is a thing. Go look it up if you don't believe me. I encourage everybody to question me all the time. Please don't take my word for it. Go look it up for yourself and then see what you find. But I am actually about to run late for something that I'm going to do, so I want to wrap this up and just say I hope that this week brings you peace and that you find a level of calm within the storm that is happening around us now. I'm not sure it's going to let up anytime soon. I'm pretty sure things are just going to be this way for a while, and we have to find a way through it, and we can help each other with that. The more of us who practice noticing the good in a day, noticing the positive, and focusing on that, the better the world will be. So please pass on this idea or this practice to others who you know if you think that they're struggling, because we can all use a practice where we are calming ourselves and we are doing our best to bring forth positive intentions and creating lives where we feel stronger within ourselves. And I feel like that's a really important thing to do right now. So please pass it on if you use these and you find them useful and helpful. With that, I will say that this week coming up, it's going to be a somewhat normal prompt. I am offering formulate plans. Formulate plans of any kind. Formulate a little plan for your day. Formulate a bigger plan for your life. Formulate a plan for your week. Formulate a plan for the next 5 minutes. Whatever it is, formulate plans that empower you. Formulate plans that give you a sense of hope, something to look forward to, something that makes you feel good about yourself, and then see what comes of it. Won't that be amazing? And don't force it. Just let it come to you. You don't have to force these things. The more you notice in your day things that you enjoy and feel good about, the more those things are going to want to come through you, and the more you're going to feel a good direction to go in. And it shouldn't be something you pressure yourself into or push. If you're pushing, that's not the right answer. Don't push. All right? I hope you have a wonderful week, everybody. And I will see you next Saturday.